All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's February 24th, 2022. This is Crypto and Coffee with the Trading Bros. I'm your host, Clutch Crypto.
I'm your other host, Baby Wellington.
Well, hey, man. How about that drop last night? Or as they say in The Hangover, how about that ride in? We definitely jumped off a cliff last night, didn't we?
Your white movie references, I'm telling you, I gotta go back and watch all my white movies again just to catch up with your ass.
Dude, come on. But, like, we're talking about
Wait, there was a
the,
Chinese person
we're
in
talking
that
about The
movie.
Hangover.
There was a Chinese guy in there, but
Yeah.
none of the main characters were black.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that automatically tells me I'm not
Hey,
gonna know
man,
any.
Mike Tyson was in that movie.
Yeah, but he wasn't a main
And
character.
he had a tiger.
Okay, well, he got a tiger. What's that mean? Niggas got pit bulls.
I
All you
mean,
got is a
I
big
mean,
ass
he's
pit
walking
bull.
around with like the king of the jungle.
What's going on in the crypto market, oh Clutch? We're
Uh,
at war.
we
We're not really at war, but we're at war. And we were right. I'm feeling like I'm feeling pretty good. We were a little early. I mean, I thought we would get up a little further than we did yesterday. But man, Asia and the UK, they decided against that. Really, we started dropping at the end of the New York session yesterday, and it's been a bloodbath ever since. This is the daily. These aren't spider lines like you had called them one time, but they are trend lines, right? And so, you look at some of these trend lines are kind of like EMAs anyway, because they're kind of giving you the average, right? And so I'm adjusting the trend line to meet, where we're at now in the current situation. And then if you look at it relative to how it kind of skews into the volume, I've skewed this into the volume right here under this resistance, which is the last time we visited here. And so, if we don't stabilize in this area, which we kind of talked about yesterday, is at 1800. So, it was funny. We texted yesterday and we were like, you think 1800, 1700 is in play? Absolutely. This line's been there. I took away all the other lines so we can see the most important one, in my opinion, not financial advice, but that has to where we can hold. And if you look at the volume here on this side, you can see that most likely when it does come down and wicks, it wicks into these, what you would call a low volume node here. Of course, this is Ethereum, and so while we think it probably is going to stabilize in this area, I mean, we could see wicks all the way down to 16, 1500. Sorry, everybody. I know that we're pumping a little bit right now at the open, but as we know, a lot of times they'll pump at the open in order to, trap traders into thinking that, they've actually bought the bottom and then bring it down again. So this activity that we're seeing right now, um, really don't trust it, as we kind of zoom in here on my slow ass computer. Uh, we've got this high volume vector candle. This is on the 5 minute that, it's kind of pumping up. You know, all I see on that is trap, 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 because, it is Friday. I don't see anybody holding risk over
Today's
the
Tuesday.
weekend. Huh?
Today's Thursday.
Today's Thursday. Oh,
Today's
my
Thursday.
bad. Today's Thursday.
Yeah.
I mean, we may pump into Friday. I just think Friday we're gonna have another large sell-off, right? So if this has already been a reversal, any type of pump, um, I'm my plan is to fade it, right? I'm shorting every pump that's out there, and I don't think any pump's gonna last longer than a day or maybe 50 to $100 if we're talking about Ethereum. I mean, I did take a look at Bitcoin as well, since there's a lot of activity there. Same situation, right? So we've got a pump on the open. You mentioned it before. We've got some news out here. I mean, we've got Nasdaq that's down 2.48%. It was down 3%, so it's
Yeah,
actually starting
it looks like
to
it's
make
trying
a
to make a recovery.
little bit of a turnaround. Gold is up, right? So gold is where a lot of the risk is going. And so, but the Dow, the S&P, NASDAQ, all of them are, in the negative.
Today's a big news day for the market, right? Don't we have a lot of news coming out?
Yeah, so we do have some news that's coming out. So today is Thursday, as you pointed out. So we've got jobless reports. So the initial jobless claims reports that came out, so that may be leading to some positive news. I don't think there's anything positive. This first 30 minutes in the futures market is a big trap. So, whatever happens in that area, we'll have to look at and see probably in an hour true direction of where the market's going to go, even if it continues to pump through the afternoon again. I'm fading every move that to the upside. This is the funding rate. Most of your funding rates are starting to turn positive. Even FTX, which is never positive, has turned to the positive. So people are really buying the dip, if you will, or at least trying to buy a little bit of a relief rally. I think most folks in crypto, if they don't remember what happened around this time last year, of course it was in March. At that time, and we were steadily declining, kind of like we are right now, and folks just kept buying the dip, as well. Yeah, so so we're breaking through the VWAP. Looks like of course, as expected, people are buying the dip, so you've got some longs that are coming into place. You've got shorts that are taking profit on those positions. So I would imagine you're going to see, especially in these early hours, some quote unquote buying the dips, or some institutions trying to drive up price in order to trap more traders. And then, I would expect at some point for shorts to come in to fade those positions.
Let's take a look at High Block Capital real quick. I just refreshed this just shortly a while ago. As you can see, we have the cumulative liquidation levels built up to a negative 3.46 billion. Yesterday morning when we were talking about this, I remember us being down into the millions. We were probably up here around in this area right here. We do have some more liquidations, some heavy liquidations. A lot of them, particularly down in this 2200 range. That's maybe we get down there, maybe we don't. We'll check the order books in a minute on Bookmap. But we do have some nice short liquidations up here around the 25 to 2600 range. So that could be a possibility of where we're heading at today. Again, we'll confirm that with Bookmap here in just a few minutes. I'm going to swing over here to Bitcoin. Get a look at this. It's getting a little smaller tier here, so we can get a little bit more detail. And as you can see, we're kind of hanging around the bottom down here. I want to particularly kind of zoom in and see what's happening specifically right now. As you can see, lots of shorts are still kind of opening around in this area, which leads me to believe that hopefully maybe we might see some relief to the upside this morning. And if we do see some relief to the upside this morning and then follow with upside tomorrow and on through the weekend, I'm actually going to look at that as a very positive thing for crypto market moves, because we haven't seen us close on a kind of a, what you want to say, an upside through the week for quite a long time. And this might be something to keep an eye on, as maybe it's a trap, or maybe we're actually getting ready to get this bull run started. But again, I think we're going to have to wait and see what time tells us, because it's still a little too early to call that either way. And then if we're going to slide over here specifically to Bookmap here, so I'm going to try to move you right here. This is Bookmap currently. As you can see, we're literally hanging out. Price isn't doing anything whatsoever right now. We are a little bit heavy to the downside, but we've been hanging out in this 2400 range for quite a minute. And you click the recording button.
Yeah, I forgot. I just recorded it. We'll have the last portion of this recorded.
No, it's all right. I got it recorded stream on. It's really good.
Well, you said you wanted it in multiple locations.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's kind of pointless if you start it like at the end of the show.
That's not pointless. What if you wanted some footage at the end of the show? The show's not over.
Okay, the show's never over. We're always writing our own show.
So you could use some of this footage from right here. Yeah. I mean, it's the same shit that's on the screen.
I know. I completely understand that. It looks like they are trying to go up a little bit higher. As you can see here, we do have a nice sell wall, 2450. Keep that in mind. So that's only about 50 points away, and now that sell wall has about almost 1,300 orders in it. So that's going to be really important to see. As you can see, they actually just took 3/4 of those orders off right here and probably moved them up somewhere. So I actually think we're probably going to see a pretty volatile move happening to the upside here pretty quick. And as you can see, also, this isn't a heavy area either, so we should move through this area pretty quick if we get up here into specifically probably once we get to 24, 25, 24, 30 area. I think we're going to see price move pretty quick because there's not a lot of volume that's traded in that area, so they're going to go up and probably peak around the 2450 area and then make a decision whether they want to go higher or start moving price back. We were talking about that trap. As you can see, they just moved that sell wall. Bookmap will cooperate with me right now.
Oh, come on, the Nebuchadnezzar.
I'm actually running this through our server computer. I might need to put this directly on our computer. So we got those orders that were down here at 2450. They moved up here to 2465. And then we have another pretty heavy sell wall at 2500. As far as what we have below us, let's slide down and take a look at that. This right here, as you can see, the order difference is now below us. CBD starting to work its way up. That's an indication that look, this is exactly what I was just talking about. How when we get into this range, we're about to move through it pretty quick. So we're literally watching this live. Look at this, boom, 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 money. They got they are popping a heavy wall here. Let's see what it does when it rejects off the 2450 range. While this is happening, guys, I'm going to slide over and take a look at Bitcoin real quick. But I'm going to assume that we're going to see a lot of the similar activity going on with Bitcoin here. There we go. Yeah, as you can see, we're heavier on the ask price going up. We got some sell orders here: 35.80, 850, 35.900, and let me scroll up a little bit to see if we have anything probably in the 3600 range, maybe 36.5. Well, I'm unimpressed with how slow this is reacting this morning. Okay, 36,300. That's going to be an area to pay attention to this morning as we got 85 Bitcoin orders open right there, currently on the open books in Binance. And then I don't think that we're going to see probably too much more to the upside here. No. Yeah, okay, so 36,700 and of course 37,000. These are also kind of key areas, but right now the first key area that we need to be getting through if we are going to head to the upside on Bitcoin is 36,300 according to the current order book. Now, like I mentioned yesterday, these orders, the volumes of the orders, etc., can change at any time, and the market makers do that intentionally. That's part of the keep retail guessing kind of game. But if you're able to read an order book and follow along with it, you know, it's not too difficult, and it's a really good indicator on kind of which way they're trying to move price in the market for the day. To the downside, as you can see, Bitcoin 35,200, which is right above kind of where we're at right now. We have a nice sell wall of 46 orders, so that's going to be probably a resistance area if we get down there, and then pay attention to what happens when you do get into that range. That pretty much is going to wrap it up for what I have for the Bookmap and High Block Capital. Again, there's a lot of mixed emotions on Wall Street today, but everything doesn't look very favorable to the upside. But as you can see, we're definitely trying to work price to the upside. So hopefully some good news is going to come out today during the news releases, and hopefully we're going to see some relief, especially for you guys that may have got trapped or had a long night last night. Trust me, we've all been there. And I'm sorry that you had to go through
a lot of people trapped. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people, and then if you're taking shorts,
yeah, absolutely.
It might be an idea. It might be a good idea to take some profits.
Yeah. So
and then maybe reposition. I mean, not financial advice, but if we have a little relief rally, it is a relief rally. I mean, we're still looking at a downside, right? Potentially. More. I mean, the war just started, so
as you can see right now, we're already kind of chewing in this 35,700 range that we were talking about us getting to, and it being a kind of a key indicator on are we going to bounce off this and go down, or are we going to get through it and keep moving to the upside? So we're bouncing off that wall right now. So I think I think I'm probably going to jump on along here in a second.
I think I'm going to wait.
Oh man, you're no fun.
Oh, I mean, I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna fade this move. Like, you know what? One of the lessons that we've learned, or at least I think we've learned, is not to counter trade the trend. And so, I'm not gonna counter trade what I believe is the true trend.
But hey,
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for a better position. I did scalp a couple longs early in the week because I thought that this move up would be a little sooner.
Yeah.
Just based upon the liquidity in the books, but probably a lot of people were right there with me, and so they moved price down a little bit more. So this is a pretty tricky week. Because we all know that it's going down. It's just, I think best positioning on these bumps, on these reliefs, in order to fade later on in the week. Or, I mean, they could surprise us and hold the risk themselves during the weekend from an institutional standpoint, but it just wouldn't be consistent and wouldn't be a high probability trade. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I'm totally with you. Maybe Wellington's, a 15 or 20%. That ain't shit.
I know 15-20% ain't shit. Yeah, that's the we should put that on the t-shirt.
Yeah.
15%, that ain't shit.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if you're talking about leverage, you should be looking for at least 35, 40%, 50%, because. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of times if you're putting your stop out there, the way that these moves are happening, I mean, you got to open that stop up, quite a bit. And if you're opening that stop up quite a bit, then you need to see at least 35, 40, 50% in the market just to get a 2-to-1 or something of that nature. And so, unless you're just playing really tight, swing pattern failures, things of that nature, to where your stops are in good positions, or at least you don't have to run them out to invalidate, whatever trade that you're in. So, at this point, we're playing the market in a just kind of in a psychological range. And right now,
I
you know,
think, man,
a long
I think we're heavy upside right now. I really
yeah,
do.
I mean, I think we are too on a shorter time frame, and I think at any minute, uh, you're going to see them take risk off, and I'll be waiting for them to remove that risk, and I'll be right there in my short again.
Well, sounds like you got a plan. Well, that's it for the Trading Bros today. Hopefully you guys got something positive to take out of this, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, same time,
Same bad
9:15
time.
Eastern Standard Time.